Very good evening, everyone. Let me know in the chat. You guys can hear me or not? Thank you, Nishant. So how you guys are doing? Panipat, sir. Panipat, wow. Very nice word. Shuddh Hindi, huh? How you guys are doing? Sanskrit, oh, more natural, huh? Hindi is little bit transformed, but Sanskrit is totally natural. So it's Friday, right? So whoever is in college, so today would be the last day, right? Then the long weekend for you guys, whoever in the college. So it's like while I was in the college at that time, this would be like after Friday, once we are coming to room, most of the time all friends will be gathered. They will start watching movies. So we'll decide like on the weekdays we'll decide this movie we have to finish, and then all friends will be sitting in the room and then they start watching movies after dinner. So they will start watching movies. So that's how actually it goes. फ्राइडे को तो बंक डे होता था हम लोगों का. या बंक तो एक्चुअली नहीं करते थे इतना, क्योंकि क्लास में ज़्यादा मज़ा आता है. तो बंक कभी कभी कर लिया, बट स्टिल बंक बहुत रेयर रहता था मेरे कॉलेज में तो. बट यस, दैट्स दोज आर द डेज. ओके, सो आई थिंक या विल वेट फॉर 1 or 2 more minutes. आपके कॉलेज में बैठ, यस यस, that was 75%. You have to like have 75% in all the classes, all the subjects. Otherwise, they will not allow you to sit for exam. And they have also provided the marks based on that. Like if your attendance is between 75 to 80, you will get 1 marks. And if you are more than 80 to 85, 2 marks, 85 to 93 marks. So that's also was there. Very good evening, Nilanjan. So, so we're talking about just the college life right now. Yeah, actually they follow it everywhere. I think it's very common in India. I think so. In some of the NCR colleges, I also heard like they also have the same policy. Okay, so great. Sir, how you went to Swiggy? Do you believe this course can help us to maybe reach Swiggy? Uh, I'm not in Swiggy. I'm in PayPal, Omkar. Yeah. Yeah, actually, because when I was giving the interview, so there was 2 rounds where they have asked me totally about the JavaScript and the work which I did in the projects, like the architectural part, the project which I created, what are the technologies which I used, and the JavaScript part. So there was 2 rounds where they helped me these 2 things only. So definitely, whatever you guys have learned in the module 1, the fully JavaScript and data structure part, then this Node.js part, it will reach big organizations as well. But yeah, this is not the end. This is not the only thing which you need to prepare. There are other things also which you need to practice and prepare. Also, I will not say that like only these sessions which you are doing here, they will only help you to crack the interview or crack any companies. I think like ago we were discussing about the same when I think so it's like there was one girl, right, who was preparing extra, who was going extra in our classes. So that's what we need to do also. You guys are doing here, whatever in the session you guys are preparing, you guys are listening. I'm also trying that you guys practice it, right? So you have to do it later also. After this class, you have to do more practice in your time. Then you will be perfect for each other interviews in the same subject. Okay. Uh, yeah. Very good evening, Joseph. Alan Musk, Peter Thiel. Yes, they have started this. What other things maybe we can do for MNCs? For MNCs, Omkar, I think, see, these MNCs like IBM or Cognizant or like TCS, and like these are the MNCs like, right? Accenture, right, and some of the like startup companies also, they do not ask a lot of things in like data structure or in coding. They ask core, like the technical knowledge, like whatever we are preparing here, like the node.js, how many node.js, how can you write things in node.js, what are the databases, or any react.js or angular.js. If you will see a lot of jobs which they are posting, they are simply posting directly on the framework like AngularJS developer, React.js developer, Node.js developer, or somewhere if you see the full stack developer also in JavaScript, so they will write a line there like you should be good in Node.js, you should be good in AngularJS, you should be good in HTML5. So they ask these specific things, these type of MNCs like IBM, Accenture, or TCS, Cognizant, these seven MNCs. But so like if you are preparing this course and I think you are good in JavaScript also, I think you can easily crack these interviews of MNCs. But if we talk about the tier one companies like FANG, they have given the acronym, right? FANG, Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, Google, these names are included there. So they will ask some extra things to you. They will ask you like these things. They will definitely ask JavaScript and JavaScript and Node.js, whatever you have worked, they will definitely ask. But apart from this, they will also ask like first, I think they provide you some coding round, which you have to do, right? First, you have to crack that code. Once you have cracked that code, then there will be next round on data structure where they will ask you about some of the like common data structure problems are there, right? If you will check into the interview, there are common data structure problems are there. So they will ask those common data structure problems. They will see your thinking, how you are approaching towards the problem. They will see these things apart from whatever we are reading, right? And if you go over like more senior positions like SD3 or yeah, SD3, they also ask about the system designing. If you want, like if you have already created an application, you want to scale it for millions users. If you want to create a microservices, so these things, system designing things, they will ask. So yeah, for these companies like Fang and all these, like the tier one companies, you need to do some little extra things. But for MNCs, the course which we are doing right now, that should be enough. But yeah, with this course, you need to practice in your time also. Whatever we are teaching here, whatever I'm teaching here to you guys, you need to do a little bit more practice in the same things, right? So yeah, that's what actually I think things or languages necessary to do these things. Uh, about your previous companies, yes, in my previous company before PayPal, I was in Incido, and before that I was in IBM, and before that I was in Abizone. So today you can see I'm wearing the Abizone t-shirt only. If you guys are able to see that, yeah, it's Abizone t-shirt only I'm wearing today. So in Abizone and IBM, I got the offer from colleges. So in colleges, they have simply asking quant. Like when I was in college, they were not asking too much things in any of the frameworks. They were simply asking quant, English, reasoning. Like I have also done the Infosys, so they were also asking a quant, English, reasoning, and then for the interview round, very simple questions like what do you mean by data structure? What is arrays? What is trees? What is stack? What is a FIFO? Like what is FIFO? What is LIFO? And some DBMS queries like inner join. What is inner join? What is outer join? These are very simple queries. While I was in college, they were asking. But once I like after completing the IBM, when I joined the Incido, So at that time, they were fully asking me the Node.js things because in Incedo, that was I told you right, the MNC or small startup companies, like it was 5,000 employees only, so it was not that much big. So they were fully asking me the Node.js things. Like 3 rounds were there. They totally asked me Node.js things. Node.js, Express, JavaScript, small like I remember there because there was one client round also. So in the client round, they have asked me a little bit data structure, like how can we traverse the tree. So because the client was from Israel in my previous company Incedo, so he has asked me a little bit things about the trees. How can we traverse the trees? So that those are the questions. But yeah, like mostly they will ask Node.js, JavaScript, little bit about the data structure. And data structure, I have felt that they mostly ask about the linked list and trees. Some of the operations, if you know about linked list and trees, I think you can easily crack startup interviews or some of the MNCs interviews. Yeah. What other things maybe we can do? I told you already, right? You have to start practicing your coding in the some of the platforms like lead code, hacker earth. Start practicing from there. Start interacting with more people in LinkedIn. Follow good people in LinkedIn who share contents. Recently I've stopped sharing the content. I was also earlier sharing some of the blockchain contents, but right now I'm just busy in this classes and also with my company work. Because recently I told you, like when I started working on the PayPal, they have told me to work on GraphQL. So I prepare that and work on GraphQL. Now they have changed my team recently. So right now I'm started working on Google Cloud. So right now, like I'm just learning a lot of things about the Google Cloud, like how the things are working in Google Cloud. So yeah, that's nice learning. So yeah, I will like very quickly start sharing the content there also. Yeah. They ask you your company. Yes, like in interviews, they ask about the companies also. Which programming language you use for your DC interviews? JavaScript only. I use the JavaScript there for DC interviews. In PayPal, uh, yes, sir. If you are not placed in MNC, try to build your own MNCs. That's right. Today Sanvaz is in full mood. So SD1, SD2. So right now, Deepak, I'm in SD2 and continuously pushing my manager to uh, promote me for SD3 also. So, sir, I wanted to ask where could we can practice writing clean code? Yeah, I told you right. Start with lead code platforms. Lead code, I think the best. I'm hearing from a lot of people. So lead code, I will also suggest to you. This course is enough for company which relevant spreading. I think so. That's why, according to those companies, they have prepared the content. So I think that would be enough. With work in industry, we can all these things along our job. I didn't understand the question, Ankit. Can you repeat it? Sanvas, I don't know what you mean by build your. Omkar is still trying to understand your comment, Sanvas. Thanks for explanation. No problem. What they ask in PayPal. So yeah, in PayPal, I think first they started with the programming round. The same, I think PayPal also follow the same. I think which these tier one companies follows. They provided me the one book coding round. I think it was Hacker Earth where they have given the link me, where they provided the link to me. So first I cleared that round. Then there was I think one round with the US manager, the first round, where he asked a little bit like about my work, and he also explained for which role he is hiring me. And then I think there was some array manipulation question he asked me on that day. He was just thinking my analytical thinkings or quant, like how quickly I can solve it, or how quickly I'm like how cleanly I'm writing the code. I'm just writing the comments. All these things he was observing. After that, I think all the India hiring, all the Indians started taking interviews. So there was, I think, after these 2 rounds, there was 3 more rounds. I think in the next 2 rounds, it was fully on the JavaScript and Node.js, and then the last round, it was fully on the data structure part. Like I remember, like there was one query, one question which I got. It was on matrix, where I need to use. I also remember what I have used. I have used the binary searching. Yeah, binary searching is there. So I've used that logic to complete that problem. And there was some tree. I'm saying you right. Tree is a very tree or linked list in data structure is very common topic which interviews generally ask, because tree has a lot of thinkings actually needed to, and it interesting. If you love programming, if you love understanding the data structure, you will find out that once you understood how tree works, then you can create a lot of problems in trees. So that's how. uh, to follow, maybe I need to take subscription to follow you. No, it's not like that. I think LinkedIn is free for uh, people. You can just simply just sign up and then follow people's. Yeah, they provide subscription, but a subscription, in subscription, I think they provide some premium things. I haven't taken the subscription, so I also don't know. Will you teach us data structure? I'm not sure, Likit, who is going to teach you about the data structure, or is there any module about that? So very good. From where you got a chance to apply in PayPal? I think they from the LinkedIn. I just shared things, and might be. I'm also not sure, but I got the link. Like I got the call from them only. I don't know how they got my profile. Might be because I was applying in many companies, so they might get some from somewhere. I'm also not sure about Deepak that. Sir, which technology is booming in these industries? Big data is good to start. Yes, actually. See, I personally feel that uh, on the languages, still Java is ruling. I think people were saying from last like 10 year back that Java is going to die. Some other language will take it over, but Java is still ruling. It's not going anywhere. Like still lot of places Java they are using, right? But more than Java, I think JavaScript is mostly people are most of the organization, most of the places, JavaScript is everywhere they are using right now, because JavaScript has created like it's a wings. I would say JavaScript has created its wings, or I would say like, I'm just searching for the right word. Like उसने हर जगह मैं लिख in Hindi I'm saying उसने हर जगह अपने पैर को फैला लिया है. That's what I want to say. Like in JavaScript, you can like develop everything. Like in the Tesla, when they are sending the rocket, in that rocket they are also using JavaScript for their machines. So that's why I'm saying JavaScript has entered in all the spaces, even desktop apps, mobile apps, and because React Native is there, right, which is also JavaScript. In ATM machines, on a lot of places, JavaScript has entered into space. So that's why JavaScript is all-time famous, and most of the companies are using JavaScript in any ways. Even they are using other languages, but JavaScript they are using in some ways. That's what I feel. And I think on the language base, JavaScript, Java, Python, I think these three is still people are using it a lot of places. So I think I would say that these three languages are also going to be like used in next 10 years. And on the technologies, I think I think two spaces right now which are in very popular, which is the machine learning or data, like big data, and another one is the blockchain. I think right now these two directions are some people are going machine learning and big data side, some people are going on the blockchain side. So I think these two right now, and all other are connected in somehow with these two streams only. Speed is something yeah, that's what like it. Electron framework. Yeah, Electron framework we use for creating the mobile app, desktop apps also. You can see in the desktop you can create apps, right? You can directly, like if you guys play games, we have like desktop apps. We have to download and install those desktop apps. That you can also do with the JavaScript now. Native or Flutter, which is future. Yeah, Flutter is also there. Flutter or React Native, yes. Few years ago it was for the front end, now it is used for back end. Yeah, till 2009 it was fully front end. Now it is everywhere, not only in back end. Database also, like MongoDB, they are using the JavaScript only. For MongoDB CLI, they are using the JavaScript only. We cannot commit node will we cannot commit node will last next 10 years. Now JS become language. Yeah, I think JS has like That's why it's actually you guys are like, I think if you guys are going with JavaScript, I think somehow you will get some job. I know that JavaScript is not going to like. You can get job in front end, you can get in the back end, you can get on the mobile apps, you can get in the desktop apps. So definitely a lot of things there. So definitely like a lot of things would be there, and you guys can just simply following those lectures and start preparing on your own. Okay. Yeah, let's start the session. So guys, today's session actually, I've already connected with the team. So today's lecture, the slides which they have provided, that is using some old content. Because if I show you earlier slide, like some of the slides here, let me go quickly. You guys are able to see slides, right? Are you guys able to see slides? Yeah. Okay. You can see here. Uh, okay. Okay, so yeah, yes, this slide you can see. Here we are using raw queries. Select ID as category ID, name as name from categories, right? And that's what we have discussed, that we are not going to use our raw queries in our platforms. We are going to use SQLize to do all these raw queries. So I have discussed this thing with the team, and they told me like yes, we have to go with that. And very soon I think they are going to refactor this session, this particular PPT. So today what we will do today, I got a lot of questions. I think I don't know Chandu has joined the session or not. Chandu has connected me in LinkedIn, and I'm not sure. Chandu, have you joined the session today? So I have seen like a lot of people are facing problem with understanding the how can we start projects, how can we change the folder structure, right? How can we create new folder, right? And what should be our folder name? What should be our file name? So I'm not sure Chandu has joined. If Chandu you have joined the session, please write it in the message in the chat. Just mention you have joined or not. So like he's facing a lot of problem. He's just pinging me a lot of queries where he's not able to create the proper folders. He's trying to run things, but it's not happening. So what I'm thinking, first let's start from beginning now again. Let's try to understand how to create folders, right? And how to open them in Visual Studio Code, correct? Then how we create the new folders, and then in one file I will tell you how to like if there is folders, how can we go back from folders, how can go like from the command prompt, how can we enter into any of the folders, how can we create a new file, how can we require those files, right? So first let's understand these things, because a lot of people are having these queries, because a lot of people have not worked with these systems. So that's why they are having a lot of queries. So first we will understand that thing, and then I'm also planning to today run these raw queries also in front of you. So today we will not use the SQLize, we will directly use the MySQL 2, right? I have told you, right? SQLize internally uses the MySQL 2. I think Deepak was asking in the last session that why we are installing two dependencies like the MySQL 2 and SQLize. But I told you SQLize internally uses the MySQL 2 to connect to our databases. So today I will not use SQLize. I will directly use the MySQL 2, and I will show you how can we create the connections, and then we will write. Then we will use the same thing as you can see in the slide. They are using the MySQL 2 only. So we will just get the SQL connection and SQL connection instance from the database, and then we will simply execute our queries in this way. So that's what we will see. Because see, in some scenarios, you might be, or in your organizations, they do not allow to you use SQLize ORMs or any of the ORMs. In that case, you might have to use the raw queries only. So you guys should be knowing that how can we write the raw queries and how can we create our own connections. Okay, so that's what today's session I'm trying to achieve it. Okay, and in meanwhile, I will also like what I will also say that you guys also try, because whatever I'm trying to do today, you guys also try that, which will make you guys more perfect, and you guys will have some of the queries that all will see those queries, and all people will also understood. Okay, so let's first start with understanding the folder structure and all those things, right? Very common things I will tell you, which are very necessaries. Okay, so let me share my screen. Oh, okay. Before that, do you guys have practice the environment creation? How can we import those environment variable in any of the files? Have you guys tried those things in the whatever we have discussed in the last class? Do you guys have any queries? We have created the config folder. I remember. Let me share my screen very quickly because I have that session folder structure there. Or we can create it today again. No problem. So my database is running, so that's fine. Yeah, this part actually we did in our last session where we created some of the files, we created the configs. In that those configs, we have created the server config, and I'm not able to open directly the Chrome folder from here. Let me okay, 1 minute. See, I go here. If I come back here, yeah, okay, I'm able to open, so I can see your chat messages. Okay, so that's what we did. So let's so guys, let's today create. Okay, so Nishant is saying tried the same and got rough idea about how they are linked to each other. Okay, Nishant. So today we will see it again. We'll discuss about it. Okay. So guys, everyone, like I'm sure, like I'm just going to tell from the beginning, right? So this is for everyone who doesn't belong to CS industry or computer science industries or IT. They are belonging to some other things. It is for everyone, okay? And who already know that, just bear with me and try to do the things which I'm doing, okay? So guys, first create a folder. Okay, so there are two ways to create a folders. Okay, first way is you directly go to any of the folders in your machine. Like if I show you, these are the folders in my machine: desktop, document, downloads, right? These three folders, correct? In if you guys are using Windows, you guys will also have the same folders. Like desktop will you guys definitely have. I remember documents will be there, download will be there. I think some Windows C, Window D, those things also will be there. Okay. So first, everyone has to go in these folders and select one of the place where you want to create those folders. Okay. So right now I am selecting a desktop. Okay. Right now I'm selecting a desktop. Oh, okay. Not here. Yeah. So right now I'm selecting a desktop. You can see these many already folders I have created. Correct? So now the first way of creating a folder is you just click on your mouse, and or might be on the right side of your mouse, and you will see new folder here, right? So let's create a new folder and give it any name, like give it sample test. Correct? This is the first way we create the folder. I'm not sure Chandu has joined or not, but if he didn't join, he is going to miss it. So okay, so but yeah, he can watch it in the recording. So yeah, this is the first way, guys. We can create the folder. Now there is another way to create a folder, which is through the terminal, or like in Mac we say terminal, and I think in Windows also what we say command prompt, right? In window I think we say command prompt. So you have to open a command prompt. So right now, or PowerShell terminal, yes, PowerShell is also there. I think command prompt is also there, right? Both things are there, correct? So you have to open this. So everyone open it. I will also use open today terminal directly. Okay, so let's see. I am going to open terminal. Okay, you can see right now it's a terminal. Right now we have opened a terminal. So right now, see, you can access your machine in two ways: directly with GUI, like graphical user interface, with the interface they have provided, where you just have to click some things and automatically you can do some of the operations, like how we created the folders. We just click on the some of the places and then we created the folder. And another way to create or interaction with or create or interact with your machine is through terminal, where you have to write things. Okay. First way is through the click or cursor, all those things. करेक्ट. हम देखो कैसे एक फोल्डर से हमें दूसरे फोल्डर जाना है, हम सिर्फ यहाँ पे क्लिक करते हैं, डाउनलोड में क्लिक किया, ऑटोमेटिकली हम दूसरे फोल्डर में आ गए. हम इफ यू वांट टू गो टू डेस्कटॉप, वी जस्ट नीड टू क्लिक. करेक्ट. वी जस्ट नीड टू क्लिक और सेलेक्ट. But there is another way to interact with your machine, that is through terminal और command prompt. Okay. तो सबसे पहले जैसे हम टर्मिनल खोलते हैं, then first we have to find out where are we right now. Correct. Right now you can see I am in document, right now I'm in download, right now I'm in desktop, right? Everything has a one path, right? In similar way, in the terminal we will try to find out right now where are we, in which folder we are. How we will find out? There is a command pwd. Let's try that command. And let me increase the size so you guys can see. I'm not sure, like the for Windows also that command should work. I think for Windows also that command work, but there could be some differences there. This command can change. Okay. Which does not work in Mac, or works in Mac but does not work in Windows. So guys, do not panic. Those command I will search in Google and I will tell you that this command will work for Windows. Okay. Okay, everyone try it. This is very crucial thing. Everyone should know this. Even you guys are not CS student or not. So let's try it. Let me try in my mind system, PWD. You can see right now the folder which I am in, which is user/AR Purvar. This is the folder I am here right now. Okay. Okay, guys, everyone can see it. You guys also tell me in the chat in which folder, or you can just simply, okay, you cannot paste it, right? Or you can just simply chat it, like which folder it is showing to you. For me, it is showing /user/AR Purvar. Is it showing the same for you, /user or your name? Let me know in the chat. So what folder is showing to you, Najmeen? D. Okay. For Hariyanan, it is coming as a D only when he is printing PWD. So might be you are in the D directory. Okay. Okay. Dipanshu, it is /home. Okay. Working /home. Okay, guys. That's good. I think you all are in the right directory. Now, guys. We want to see under this directory how many folders and files we have created. Correct. Like see, in this desktop folder, you can see these many folders we have created. Correct. These many folders we have created. So now, how can we see that? For that, we do ls. Ls means list down. Ls, like ls minus la, which will list down everything in a better view. If I do, you can see these many folders and files I have under this folder, under the AR Purva. You can see desktop is also inside that folder. Document, download, library, all those things are inside that folder. So guys, you guys also do the ls minus la and let me know you guys are able to see desktop or not. Or you guys just simply do ls. I think ls should work. If it is not working, ls minus la in your machine, I think ls should work. And just check that desktop you guys have or not. For Likhit, it's Likhit. What is your machine? Is it Windows or directory for Windows? So he's saying directory. So dir, Atis, dir we have to write. Yes, Atis is saying you have to write dir in the same. So Likhit, try dir. Yeah, great. So guys, just check that you guys are able to see desktop there or not, because whatever folders we are seeing here, we have to now move to that folder. We have to go to that folder. We can simply go to that folder. PWD didn't work. dir is working. Okay, dir is working. Okay, that's what I'm saying. There would be some commands which would be working in Mac, which are not working in Windows. Yeah. So now you guys are able to see the desktop once you are doing dir or PWD. Oh, sorry, it's ls minus la. Tell me in the comment, are you guys able to see the desktop? Okay, great. So now guys, So right now my folder is user slash AR Provar. Now I want to go to desktop folder. How will I do that? I need to change the directory. So for that, we do cd and desktop. Similar way, how the spelling of sim desktop is, we need to type the same name. If the D is in capital, you need to type in capital D only. So we'll do cd slash desktop. You can see desktop now is coming here. And if I do pwd again, you will see now I'm inside the desktop folder. User AR Provar slash desktop. You guys also try the same thing. I think CD will work in Windows. Yeah, all the folder it should display, Dipanshu. For Harier, and what is your machine? It is Windows. Windows. And which command didn't work for you? ls minus la. cd reliable bec. What is that command? You are trying to enter into a reliable bec folder. So it should be like folder name should be together. If you will do reliable underscore, change the folder name to reliable underscore bec, then try to go into that. Arad is saying, but pwd didn't work for me. In machine, I think you have to do, I think in Windows you have to do dir. Arad. Likit is suggesting something else, %cd. You can try that also. Alternate for pwd. Okay, guys. So now we are in the desktop directory, right? Now again do ls minus la. You will see all the folders which I have created in the desktop. Let's see. Recently we have created a sample test, right? It should be here. You can see sample app is there, sample app frontier is there, sample server is there. Yes. What was the folder name which we have created? Let me see in the UI. It was sample test. Okay. So, okay, sample. Okay, we are not able to see the sample app here, sample test here. Yes, sample app is there. Sample. Okay, I think we do not created any files there. That's why it's not displaying me here. Okay, but yeah, no problem. So yeah, so are we now in the desktop directory? Are we now in the desktop directory, everyone? Now we will know how can we create a folder with another way. Okay, and that command is okay. No problem, Ankit. If you are creating an E drive, that's fine. You can just go into the E drive. That's fine. Okay. Now we are going to create another folder here, and that command will be mkdir, whatever the folder name is, like sample test 2. And you just need to enter it, and let's see this folder is coming here or not. Yes, we can see sample test 2, it's coming here. You guys also try make directory mkdir. Let me type mkdir and whatever folder name you want to give, space folder name, whatever folder name you want to give, try to do that. And you can see here sample test 2 we also got created. Correct? Sample test 2 got also created. Right? So these are only the two ways, guys, we can create the folders. One, directly we can create through UI, or we can directly create through mkdir. Okay. Now one more command, guys. Now if you want to go back to download folder, how we will do that? See, because if you do ls minus la, it does not, desktop does not have download folder, right? Desktop does not have download folder. You can see it's only having demo server. Desktop does not have the download folder, but we want to go back to download folder. अब हमें क्या करना पड़ेगा? अब हमें एक कदम पीछे हटना है. क्यों? Because AR Purvar, the directory AR Purvar has download folder. I have already shown you, right? The AR Purvar directory has the download folder. It also has desktop. It also has a download folder. So now for moving one step back, what we do? We do cd call dot slash cd dot slash. You see, automatically desktop has gone, and if I run pwd again, you see right now I'm in the user slash AR Purvar. So guys, everyone do this: cd dot slash cd space dot slash. Cd dot also works. Okay, cd dot could also work. Yes, let's see that. Let me enter again into desktop and let's see cd dot. Yes, that's right. That's right, Vishal. cd dot cd space dot. It will also work. Okay. So see guys, why we are doing cd dot why two time dot? Just because we want to go back one step outside from our current directory. हम अभी current directory हम desktop में थे. अब हम desktop से वापस जाना चाहते हैं एक folder back. इसलिए हमने क्या किया? cd dot. Okay guys. Okay, now we can go to download. You see cd download. Now I am inside the download. ls minus la. All the things which I have in the download will be listed down. I think the same thing, guys, we are doing while importing our files also. In the index.js, in the Node.js projects, because we have multiple folders. Now, if you want to go from one folder to another folder, from this folder to another folder, we have to do the similar thing there also. We have to use dot slash. That's what we do in the Node.js also, guys. Okay. So are we good with these small commands which I have showed you? I have showed you mkdir, cd, and I think cd dot. Okay. Are we good with that, everyone? Okay. Now let's see how can we bring this folder to Visual Studio Code. Okay. Because before creating any project in Visual Studio Code, you should always create a folder, and all the things which you need to do, you should do inside that folder only, which you created. I have seen Chandu's code, which screenshot he was sharing. He has not created any folder. He directly started working on the .bs code extension. Like by default, when you open the Visual Studio Code, it will provide you .vs code file. It directly started from there. Okay, guys. So let's now open a fresh Visual Studio Code and let's see how can we import this sample test2. Okay, let's delete first one folder. We have created two folders, right? So we can simply delete this one. Sample test2 we can delete. Yeah. Let's now understand how can we let's open the Visual Studio Code and how can we bring this folder in Visual Studio Code. Okay. So let me delete this thing and let's open a fresh Visual Studio Code. So I'm opening a fresh Visual Studio Code. It should not display anything to me. So right now for everyone, is it the same screen coming? Delete everything, like delete the older things and let's open the fresh Visual Studio Code. Everyone is getting the same screen. Let me know in the chat. Great. What about others? You just search for the Visual Studio Code and open it. Hariharan. I just deleted the older Visual Studio Code screen and I just opened the new one. Just click on the Visual Studio Code. It just opened it. I am facing one problem. I cannot get out of C drive. You cannot get out of C drive. So see, for getting out of any of the directory, you just need to run this command: cd space dot. That's what you need to do every time if you want to get out of C drive. So after doing this, in which repo you are coming, in which directory you are coming. You want to go to E drive. So see, see that like I think I'm not sure how the structure you have, but I think you can, yeah, I think CDE, try that also from the same wherever you are right now. Try this CD/E, CDE, CD space E. The folder name of E is correct. Folder name of E. Yeah, you can check, right? You can do PWD or like a directory which will show you where you can go from the where right now जहाँ पे भी तुम हो उससे कहाँ जा सकते हो वो तुम चेक कर सकते हो with the PWD or like dire. Yes, share the screenshot. You show me the command and what ls minus la command if you are able to run it. Oh, okay, great, great. No problem, it happens. Okay. So now, guys, yeah. So now, guys, we have opened a fresh view of Visual Studio Code. Now you can see here we have open, right? We have open option. So just click on that open for everyone. Just click on that open and now navigate to your folder which you want to bring here. अब उस फोल्डर पे हम जाएंगे तो हम डेस्कटॉप पे क्लिक करेंगे और हम उस फोल्डर को सिलेक्ट करेंगे. So right now I'm going to select the sample test. Okay, that's how you select the folder and you see now sample test is here. Correct? Everyone do the same which I did. Click on the open, select the folder, and I think this screen should come now. This screen where your folder name should be here. Sample test. Everyone is following me? Great. So now guys, from here we have to start our project. Now from here only we have to start our project. We should not, before starting any project, these are the minimum step you have to do. You have to create a folder. You have to bring that folder to Visual Studio Code. And after that only do any of your project thing. Never create any project directly in any other folder. Whenever you're creating any new projects, create a new folder and start working on that only. Okay. I'm not sure Chandu has seen it or not, but he was really facing a lot of problem to understand this. That's why I just gone over this. I'm not sure. Like I know a lot of people, you already know about these things, but yeah, thanks for the having the keeping the patience. And let's move further now. Okay. Let's see the same thing, the like cd dot slash part which we are showing you through the node.js files. Okay, through the node.js files. So let's create first one file which is in, see how we create a file here. Okay, let's see that also. How we create a file in Visual Studio Code directly. You can see these options. Let me increase the size. Yeah, you can see these options. This option for creating a file. This option is creating for new folder. See, you can see the name. They are giving the value also. New folder, new file. New folder, new file. New file. So inside the sample test folder, we can create a new file. We can also create a new folder. Similar way, we can do here also from the UI. We can go inside this folder, we can create a new folder from here or new file from here, right? Similar thing. Okay. So now let's create a new file here first. And that file name I'm giving index.js. So guys, see, when you are creating a file in JavaScript, give the extension index.js. But when you are creating folder, do not give the extension there. I still see the Chandu's folder structure. He was giving the folder name also as a app.js. Folder name also as a app.js. So that's not correct, guys. That's not correct. It will work, but you will face problem while writing that folder name. Correct. So that's why Do not give extensions. Extension, what is extension? These .js, you have seen for .html, for HTML files, for .txt, for text file, for images we have .png. Similar way for JavaScript files we have the .js extension. So only give these extension to files, not to folders. Are we good with that? Great. Great. So we have created one file. Okay. Let's create one folder also. Right. So we can create folder 1. Right. And inside this folder, we can create another file which is app.js. Always, when you're creating files, always give extension. And when you're creating folder, no need to give extension. Now under folder 1, let's create one more folder, which is folder 2. Okay. And under inside folder 2, let's create one more file, which is text dot or like server.js. Okay. Now you can see how this is looking here. And now I will show you the similar thing here also. In the sample test, we have created folder 1, we have created app.js folder 2, inside folder 2, server.js. The similar look, it's coming here also. Everyone is doing the same. Is everyone done this, which I did? Let me know in the chat. Please do this. You create one, inside sample test, first create one folder 1. Inside sample test folder, create one index.js file and also create one folder. Okay. After creating the folder 1, create the app.js and again create the folder inside folder 1 also. And inside folder 1, create server.js. You should see this. See, this is very beautifully they are representing in Visual Studio Code. They are saying that this much part in folder 2, this much part is folder 1, this much part in sample test. Are you guys able to do that? Yeah, please do it. Hariharan saying done. Great. Now let's write some of the things inside those files. Okay. So like right now I'm in the last folder, which is folder 2, server.js. Okay. We will export some of the things from here. Okay. So let's export module.export, right? And we can just give name. So I can give the folder name, which is folder 3, folder 2, right? And we can give file name. The file name is server.js, right? These two things we can give here. Correct? Give the same thing in app.js also, because this is app.js is inside the folder 1. So now folder 1, app.js, right? And now write in the index.js. Index.js, no need to write. We can simply write some console here, right? Console.log. We can simply say sam, because this is the main folder or root folder. So see, guys, there is one word one word I say, that is the root folder. Okay, I said root folder. So root folder is the one which we have created for our project, that is called root folder. Here sample test is root folder. Okay, and folder 1 and folder 2, these are internal folder. These are not the root folder. Root folder means जहां से चीजें start हो रही है. Root means origin. So from where things are starting, and we are starting our project with a sample test folder. So that's why we are saying that sample test is root folder. Are we good with that? Okay, so like I would share the code, but I want you guys to first write the code, because you just simply need to do module.exports. You will remember this. If I will paste it, you will just simply paste it there. I want you guys write it, module.exports, and then return one object from there. Write this code, guys. Then I will share that code. Definitely I will share, but I want you guys to write it. Do not do the copy pasting, because I haven't write the big thing there, just very small things. And in that objects, I provided two things. One is the name. Let me show you, no problem. But yeah, I want you guys to write it. I can give it the correct key here. I can give it folder name, file name. Similar way we can I do here also. Folder name and file name. I want you guys to do this and then do the simple console.log here. Do that, guys. Okay, I will pass it for one folder, but you guys do for others. Yeah. Please do it, guys, and let me know once you guys done. एक बार structure. Okay. See what I did in sample test. I created one file index.js and then I created folder one. उसके अंदर मैंने एक folder बनाया. ठीक है. उसका नाम मैंने दिया folder one. Okay. And I created one JavaScript file index.js. ये हमने किया root folder के अंदर, sample test के अंदर. Okay. फिर हमने क्या किया? अब हम उस folder के अंदर गए, folder one के अंदर. उसके अंदर मैंने एक और folder create किया. That's name is folder 2. And I again created one more file and given the name as app.js. Okay, that's the second thing. Then under folder 2, then I again went inside the folder 2 also. Then I created one more file server.js there. So that's the structure. सबसे पहले आप रूट फोल्डर में एक फोल्डर क्रिएट करो, उसके बाद एक फाइल, फिर उस फोल्डर के अंदर जाओ, एक और फोल्डर क्रिएट करो, फिर एक फाइल, फिर उसके फोल्डर के अंदर जाओ, फिर वहां एक फाइल क्रिएट करो. दैट वाज द स्ट्रक्चर. Okay. Okay, Nitesh. So create the root folder, create one file there. Then create one folder. Name is folder one. Up folder, कोई भी structure, just follow this structure which I am telling. What is server.js? It's a file. Nitesh, it's a file. Hey Ravina, I shared this code on the pin. That code is there. So you guys tell me which file. Okay, let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you guys. I think you guys are facing some problems. So let me show you the structure. So this is the structure. And right now I'm showing you app.js. So these are just simple file. Server.js, app.js, index.js. These are just simple file. I just given random names. I just want to show you how can we create multiple folders and file. Any name you guys can give, but I would say that give these names only because I'm using these names. So I'm also suggesting that you guys also use the same name so we can easily understand. Okay. And these are very easy things. So actually I'm late joined, so that's why I'm confusing. Oh, Nitesh, so first thing, never join late because now you do not understand whatever we have completed in last I think 55 minutes. Never join late. And what I'm right now doing, I'm just showing to everyone that how can we navigate between multiple folders in Java in the Node.js files. अब हमें जैसे कि index.js से हमें server.js को एक्सेस करना है या फिर server.js से app.js को एक्सेस करना है, how we will do that? So that part I'm just showing them. Okay. Sir, I have doubt for what purpose we are doing this folder thing. Instead of this, we can state all the files in one folder only, right? Yes, we can do that. But see, Sunil, क्या होता है? तुम्हें याद है ना जब MVC structure, when we are following the MVC structure, you remember, right? We have the model folder, we have the controller folder, we have the routes folder. See, with the help of modularity, we can easily divide our code. We can write everything in one file, right? We can simply write everything in one file, but that's not good. That one file will have now 7,000 lines of code, and that file, like, it will be very heavy, right? For server also, when you will transfer that file from here to any other place, that big file will take a lot of time to go from here to there. That's the one problem. Second problem is like debugging. Doing debugging on that code, it's very difficult because now it's a 7,000 line of code and you will never like to read 7,000 line of code in one file. I know that because I have seen the code where people are writing more than 500 to 600 line in one file only, but that's not good. Another reason for creating these folders, like we can easily differentiate that all the controller code is in controller folder, all the config code is in config folder, all the routing code is in routing folder. That's why we create the folders. और now when we create the folder, अब हमें पता होना चाहिए कि हम उनके बीच navigate कैसे करें. हम एक फोल्डर से दूसरे फोल्डर के फाइल्स में कैसे जाएं. That's what we are teaching. That's what we are learning now. Okay, this is just how we can create multiple folder things. Okay, sir, thank you. Not able to create index.js outside folder one. Sorry, it's working. Okay, what should I write in console.log? Anything, guys. You can just simply write in the console.js the root folder name. Then what is the way to debug, sir? Yeah, we'll talk about the debugging. We can simply do the debugging here, like this red point. You can see this debugging, and then we can start our debugging from here. Run, yeah, start debugging. So we can start that also. This is the red points called breakpoint. Yeah, but that's fine. So why can't we create root folder with VS Code? I mean, like we have created sample test folder manually. So likewise, can't we create the same with VS Code? I have shown you, right? I have shown you the when we created the when we have opened the Visual Studio Code. Let me open it again. Let's see, is there any option for creating folder directly? You can see. Right now, I'm not able to see it, but yes, we are having only options of open folder. Or let's see. See, everyone open folder is coming only. So there is no option for creating any folder directly from this screen. So that's why we created outside and then we opened the folder. Okay, Nishant? Okay, so understood. So we are just creating different folders for different type of files. Not different type of files, all the JavaScript files. So we are just creating different folder, different files in different folders, and then we want to go from one file to another, another to there. We want to see the navigation. Okay. Yeah, that's okay, Nishan. Okay, so now we are good, right? Okay, so now let's see. Now let's see in some scenario. Uh, yeah, in some scenario, let's create. Okay, I think there is one more scenario which is left here. So I'm thinking in folder two, let's create one more file because in one folder we might be traversing through multiple files, right? In the same folder. So let's do in folder two. Let's create one more file and give it a name as Alex session.js. Just random name I am giving, guys. Random name session.js. हमने ये क्यों फाइल बनाई? क्योंकि हो सकता है कि सेम फोल्डर में ही हमें server.js से session.js में जाना पड़े और session.js से server.js में जाना पड़े. तो ये कैसे करेंगे वो हम जानना चाहते हैं. Okay. Why we are doing this? Because we want to navigate between the files within the same folder. Within the same folder. Okay, so that's why I created this one more file session.js. So I will tell you, you guys also create the session.js under the folder 2. Dipanshu, for that you need to do touch. I think in my command I need to do touch and the file name. I can create the new file, Dipanshu. Okay, so everyone done is. So now let's do the module.export here also. Module.exports, very easy now, guys. You do not need to copy every time. You just write like this. Folder name. Right now, same folder. Folder 2. File name. File name is session.js. Are we good with that, guys? Are we done the module part for session.js files also? Please do it quickly. Okay, अब हम पहला सिनेरियो देखेंगे. The first scenario is when I want to fetch some of the things from this file to server.js. अब हमें कुछ चीजें server.js, session.js से चाहिए server.js में. Means same files are interacting in the same folder. Like in the folder 2, we are interacting within the same files. Now server.js wants to interact with session.js or server.js session.js wants to interact with server.js. अब हम कैसे करते हैं वो चीज? Always we do the require, right? Const equal to require. Or now, guys, you see, for interacting in same file, we just need to do / and the file name. For interacting in the same folder, for interacting with the files in same folder, we just need to do / Guys, always remember, for interacting with the files in same folder, we just need to do dot slash. ओके, क्योंकि फाइल्स अभी सेम ही फोल्डर में है, तो हमें उसके लिए हमें फोल्डर को बाहर नहीं जाना है, हमें अभी सेम ही फोल्डर में इंटरेक्ट कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि यू कैन सी सर्वर डॉट जेएस सेशन डॉट जेएस सेम फोल्डर में है, राइट, बोथ हैव फोल्डर टू, am I right? Yeah, so that's why we do not need to go outside of our folder. So right now, for interacting in the same folder with the files, we just need to do dot slash. अब हम देखना है यहाँ पे सारे वेरिएबल्स आ जाएंगे जो हम एक्सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, like folder name, then field name, and we can print it also. Console dot log, folder name, we can write it here, folder name, file name, and this is how we do console also, guys. I think you guys know about console or not, but I think you guys have already done the JavaScript class, so you guys know about the console. So this is how we do the console. You can see I'm just okay, not that way, I was just writing the object. Yeah, you can see I am just printing the consoling the string and my value with just giving comma, right? With just giving comma in the middle, you can see how I'm doing the string and variable, right? So now we need to run this file server.js, and let me run on the top file, like you can understand, like I am in the server.js file or not. I will print it here. I am in server.js file, which will tell us this console is running in server.js file. Okay. We can simply put it here also. It should say I am in session.js file. We can put same for app.js also, which will tell us app.js file, and index dot already we are writing sample test. Okay. So guys, देखो हमने क्या किया है, कुछ नहीं किया हमने, मैंने जस्ट ऐड किया है console.log हर फाइल में, which will tell us that from which file we are calling it. Okay, we are just simply doing that. But just I added this, so जब हम इस फाइल को कॉल करेंगे हमें पता चल जाएगा कि कौन सी फाइल से आ रहा है ये चीज. Correct? That's what I did. And in server.js, I just call the session.js. That this is the interesting thing, guys. Dot slash. Why we are doing this? Because we want to interact with the session.js file in the same folder. Both files are in the same folder, and we want to interact with session.js file. We need to use dot slash only. Okay, and when we do the dot slash, whatever we are exporting, we just taking it here, folder name and file name, and just I simply consoling dot it. So let me now run it. Let me see that are we successfully imported session.js or not. Okay, so guys, now let's see this thing also. Right now I'm in the sample test, right? If I run the pwd, you can see this is the path. Right now I'm in the sample test folder, और हम यहाँ पर हमारे लिए सैंपल टेस्ट में सबसे पहली फाइल हमारे लिए index.js है, right? The first file for us is index.js, but no, we want to run this server.js. So now where we need to go? Where is server.js? It is in the folder 2. So that's why we will now change the directory. Now we will change the directory, because where we have to go? Folder 2. So how we will go to the folder 2, guys? How we will go to the folder 2? The reason for going folder 2 is because we want to run the server.js. How we will go to the folder 2, guys? Yes, with the cd command. So everyone do the same. And how I open the terminal? See here, the terminal option is there. On the top screen, everyone see the terminal. You can click on the new terminal. You just click on the new terminal, you will see this screen with your folder name. Is everyone able to see this? When they open the new terminal, are they able to see their folder name which they have created? Yeah, control plus that also will work. Yeah. Okay, Navneet is able to see it. Vishnu is able to see it. Okay. Yes, so everyone is able to see it now. So now we want to go to folder 2. और क्यों हम जाना चाहते हैं फोल्डर 2? क्योंकि हम server.js को रन कराना चाहते हैं, जिससे हमें ये पता चले कि ये जो इंटरेक्शन हो रहा है between server.js and session.js, is it correct or not? Correct. So that's why we want to go to server.js. So let's see how we'll go to cd folder 1. Folder 1. Okay. cd I read the only folder, that's why it's giving you error. CD folder 1. You can see now again do pwd. You can see now I am inside the folder 1, right? This is desktop where I created the sample test. Inside sample test, right now I'm in the folder 1. Now I will go to the folder 2 because this folder 2 is inside folder 1 only. So folder 2. Now if I again do pwd, you can see folder 1 / folder 2. Is everyone reached to the folder 2? Guys, is everyone is reaching to the folder 2? For interacting out of folder, how sir? Interacting out of folder. Joseph, what do you mean by that? You mean how can we go out of that folder? You can just simply do cd space dot dot. You can come out of that folder if that was your question, Joseph. cd. Let's see. If I want to go out of folder 2, wants to go back to folder 1, I just need to do cd space dot dot. You can see right now I'm in the folder 1. And for going to the folder 2, I need to do cd folder 2. Okay, guys. So now everyone is in the folder now. Okay. Direct close that terminal and open new terminal. That will also be the thing. For require we will see. For require Joseph will see. First we will see interaction between the same interaction with the file in same folder. पहले हम ये देखते हैं. First we will see this and then we will go out of folder and access another file. Okay, we'll see that. Okay. So let's run it first. Let's see this folder is coming correctly or not. So let's run it. So yeah, so node server.js. You can see first this console line is coming. I'm in server.js file. Then it went to session.js file because this line is running. This line is also having one console. So this line has printed I am in session.js file. Then we came back into the server.js and we are printing this folder name and file. You can see folder name is folder 2, file name is session.js. It means we are correctly interacting with session.js file in same folder. Are you guys able to run it? Are you able to see the same thing which I am seeing it right now? Are you seeing first the console of both files, then the console of folder name and file name? Are others seeing it? Okay. What about others? Joseph has seen it. Okay. Okay. I think yeah, everyone has seen it. Okay, great. Now, guys, now we will see the another scenario. Okay. So let's remove all these console.log and yeah. Now what we'll see? Now we are inside the folder 2. Correct? Yeah. Let's remove all these files first. Yeah, now we are in the app.js, guys. Okay, now we are in the app.js, and now we want to interact the same file, which is session.js or server.js. Okay, now we want to interact the server.js, जो कि दूसरे folder में, inside folder में, right? Which is inside the folder. Correct? It is not outside of folder. App.js is in the folder 1. App.js जो है folder 1 में. Now we want to go to inside one more folder and then we want to read the file, and that file is server.js. Okay, so now how we will do that? Let's see this thing also first. So same const require. Let's see. As he is always single quotes will be there, guys. Dot slash. Now you can see when you will do the dot slash. Earlier we were seeing the files. We are now going to see the folder. Folder 2 and then which file? /server. That's how. In current directory, see, whatever you want to access in the current directory, you just simply need to do dot slash. जो भी उस current directory में होगा सब कुछ आएगा. Files होंगी तो files आएगा, folder होगा तो folder आएगा. Okay, so that's what we did dot slash folder2 slash server. Now we can see the same variable name, folder name, file name, and then we will do the same console, which we did here. I think I removed, I will copy it. Yeah. Right? Right, guys? Have you understood this? Okay, see, right now we are inside the folder one. Okay, and the file, our file is app.js. Correct? Your file app.js is inside the folder one. Right? Now we want to access the file and inside the folder two, which is server.js. करेक्ट. तो अब हमें क्या करना है, हमें इस फाइल से अंदर जाना है फोल्डर 2 के, क्योंकि फोल्डर 2 इज इनसाइड द फोल्डर 1. Correct. So now what we will do when we want to enter into any folder, we just simply do dot slash folder2 slash server, क्योंकि ये folder 2 current directory में ही है, because this folder 2 is in the current directory. For app.js current directory is folder 2 and app.js, क्योंकि folder 1 के अंदर दो चीजें हैं, folder 2 और app.js. तो folder app.js और folder 2 सेम ही डायरेक्टरी में है ना. app.js and folder 2 are in same folder or directory. Correct? Right? So that's why for accessing thing in the same directory, we just need to do dot slash. We just simply need to do dot slash. Okay. What if we have folder inside folder 2 by name as server? What if we had a folder inside folder 2 by name as server? How will it manage? Yes, we will just write this next folder name here, server, and then the file name. That's how we will do. Okay. If we have another folder inside the folder 2, we just need to give another folder name here, and then the file name, folder name, file name. That's how it will go. Okay. Okay, so let's run this file. So guys, now you can see I want to come back to folder 1 because this app.js is in the folder 1. So मैं क्या करूँगा? cd dot. You can see now I am in the folder 1. Correct? Now run this file node app.js. Yes, you can see the first console of this line I am of app.js file, second console of server file, third console of session file, and then you can see folder name, folder 2, file name server.js. यही चीज हमने एक्सपोर्ट किया है फोल्डर 2 से. यहां से देखो फोल्डर नेम एंड फाइल नेम सेम वैल्यू इज कमिंग, folder 2 server.js. So that's how guys we interact from the file in where we have folders and file in the same place. Now guys, if you want to do the index.js, like from the index.js, if you want to access the session.js, give me the command, give me what we are going to write inside the required file. You can see the index.js in the root folder. Correct? अब मेरा requirement ये है, that is my requirement. From index.js file I want to access session.js file. Tell me what will I write inside the require. What will I write here? Const equal to require. Now yeah, let me know in the chat what I will write here. I want to access this file inside the folder session.js. Let me know guys. I had same question, but understood it will always have the file name in lost, so it will not overlap. Yes, see the same question I have given you, right? Same scenario I have given you. जो भी आपने problem पूछा था, Hariharan ने the problem he asked, he was saying if there is one more folder, the same problem I have given you, right? I have given you first folder 1, then again folder 2, then the file name. So right now you have to tell me how can we access this session.js. So the first one he has given Navneet. So Navneet, yours is wrong. Omkar's okay. Deep. Omkar is correct. Deep is correct. Vishnu, why we are giving CD there? I haven't told you to give CD, right? Are we giving anywhere CD? In any of the example I have shown you? No, right? So no need of CD. We have to write CD when we are running in terminal. Okay. Vishnu was wrong. Suraj is correct. Dipanso is correct. Ravina is correct. Vishal is correct. Likhit has question. JS, does it require? Yes, you can write JS. Otherwise, no problem. Right now, they can automatically fetch it. No need to write. Parag is correct. Deepak is correct. Okay. Yes. So I think yes. That's what I told you guys. When we are in the current directory, क्योंकि folder 1 इसका current directory में है. So now we'll do dot slash folder 1 slash folder 2 slash session.js. Correct? This is how we will access it. And that was the question Hariharan was asking when we have two folders. So you can see that's how we'll access it. Okay, Hariharan. Now we will see another scenario. अब हम ये देखेंगे कि अंदर की फाइल से बाहर की फाइल को पढ़ना हो. Like right now in the folder 1, now if you want to read the index.js, right? Let's go back to the app.js. In app.js, you can see here we have read the internal file जो कि folder 2 से अंदर थी. लेकिन अब हमारे सामने सिनेरियो है when we are going to read index.js जो कि बाहर है, right? Which is in the sample test folder, correct? So now for that, guys, we use, when we want to read the index.js, the outer file, we'll use this thing, double dot slash. You can see we'll use the double dot slash. Okay. So right now in which file? Yes, right now I'm in the folder 1. Yes. In the app.js. Okay, app.js is there. Yeah. So we'll use the double slash. Let's see. And then we can see index.js is there, right? Index.js is there. That's how we are going to read the outside of files. You can see when I did dot slash, I was able to see folder 1 and index.js. And that's how we will read it. And let me put the console dot simply let me see if index.js is exporting anything. No, it is not exporting anything. So let's export something from here also. So module.export simply name. I'm just exporting name from here. Index.js. Let's go back to app.js. Let's take the name here. Okay. Let's console the name now. I'm just commenting out on other things like these. Yeah. Okay. Now we will go back again. Right now we are already in the folder 1. So let's simply run node app.js. Yes, you can see I am in app.js file, first console, then it is going to the index file, which is printing the sample test, and then it is exporting the index.js. And that's what I printed it. So that's how, guys, we go back to that's how we access the outside of folders, outside folders. Okay. See, my code is getting it saved because I have done the auto save. If I show you in the file, I have clicked the auto save here. You see, this auto save in the file. That's why whatever I'm writing, it is automatically saving. Okay, see what I did here, because scenario, first understand the scenario. Right now I'm inside the folder 1 in the file app.js. And what I want to do, I want to access the file which is outside of my folder. Correct? The index.js was outside of my folder. So it means the index.js is in the sample node web folder. Correct? So now we want to go back to one folder. And for going back, we always use double dot slash index. And now somebody will asking, let you guys tell me, if from server.js I want to access the index.js, what will be the command? If you want to do the server.js, I think you guys will not be able to tell me because I haven't told. So okay, let me tell you this thing. Now you can see first I have to go back of folder 2. First I have to go outside of folder 2, right? Because server.js is in the folder 2. So सबसे पहले we will go out of folder 2. So for that we will do dot slash. Now we are outside of folder 2. You can see app.js file, right? You can see the app.js file because that file is in the folder 1. But we want to go back one more folder back. We want to go back to sample test. So we will write one more time dot slash. Yes, now you can see folder 1 slash index.js. Okay, that's how we go outside of multiple folders in the Node.js, in the JavaScript files. Okay, guys, because we want to go outside of two folders. See, from the folder 2, first we went to the folder 2, folder 1, then from folder 1 we went to the sample node, sample test. And that's how then we got the index.js file. Are we good, guys, with the double dot? Let me ask like some more things. Okay, what about if you want to access from session.js, if you want to access app.js? From session.js, I want to access app.js. Everyone, Yunus is getting error in VS Code. What error you are saying? Yes, Likit, your answer is correct. Yes, Vishal's answer is correct. Navneet, showing module not found. Module not found. I think yes, you are just doing some mistake there in double dot or slash dot. So exactly, what exactly you are trying to do there? You want to go outside of folder or in same directory? You have to show. You have to first see. You have to tell me like this. You have to open all the folders here, and then which file you are trying to run. Like you are trying to run server.js. Send me that screenshot. You have to show me all these folders, and then this which file you are trying to run. Take that screenshot and then tell me. Yeah. First is yeah, do that thing only which I told you. Then I think we can. Then I can understand your problem. And I think everyone will answer them. Likita answer is correct. Vishal answer is correct. Navneet answer is correct. Joseph answer is correct. Parag answer is correct. Yes. So that's how we go back. Now, if you want to go to index.js file, you guys know that, right? You have to do double type, dot double. Yes, sir, you are right. That's what we need to do. How to delete sample test folder? So in the Mac, we can simply do move to win. There is command like move to win. Example test is there, right? Move to win. That is there. And I think through the terminal you can do rm, and that folder name. But yes, you should be outside of that folder because see, let's create one more folder in the mkdir folder 3, right? You can see now folder 3 is created, correct? Now if you want to delete it from here, so we just need to do rm folder 3. Rm minus rf is for file. For removing the folder, let me check the command. Yeah, we will take the break. Yeah, let me check the command, guys. 1 minute. Delete folder from in terminal. Yeah, it's rmdir. Sorry, guys. Rmdir folder 3. Yeah, you can see that folder got deleted. That's how we delete it. Yeah, sure. I think I'm just waiting for Yunus screenshot, and then we can go for break. So Yunus, are you sharing the screenshot? What happened, Yunus? You are able to run the code now? Hey, how you guys say it? You guys add it into doubt, right? You can add it in doubts. Touch is not working for you. See, for creating the file, I just write touch file.js. It will be creating for me. You can see file.js has come in the folder one. That's how it works in there. But let me see in the window, how can we create a file? Create file in command prompt, right? You're using command prompt. You will see in the command prompt. Or terminal window is also there. Type null slash. Okay, that's another way. Yeah, I think cat and this thing. I think touch should work, right? But if touch is not working, it's weird. You are on Linux, okay? Touch is not working in Linux, okay? Create file in Linux. Linux terminal. How to create a file in Linux terminal? Touch should work there also. Cat should work. Touch, cat, both works. Okay. Okay, so I think we can go for break, and then we can come back and see the Unis screenshot, what the Unis is facing. Okay. So right now it's 9:30, so we can come back at 9:45. Okay. In 9:45, and I am planning to see now. I'm planning to now start a project and install MySQL too, and then write some draw queries. Okay. So let's come back at 9:45. Okay. Eunice, where is the file name? Which file you are trying to access? You are showing me folder 1 slash folder 2 only. What about the file? Which file you are trying to access in line number 2? And if you are following my structure which I have created, you cannot do this because from the index.js file, index.js is already in the root folder. So from the root folder going back, you are using double dot. It means you want to go outside of that folder. But if you are following my structure, you can only go inside folder 1, folder 2 from root folder. You cannot go outside. Oh, it ranks. So that was nice. Okay, Eunice, did you understood the question? Did you understood what I told you? Add folder to workspace means in the same folder you can add multiple folders there. In the same workspace, you can add multiple folders there. Yeah, Eunice, see, first thing, if you are following the same structure, if you are following the so first thing, okay. So the first thing is you are calling folder 1 slash folder 2. Where is file? You have to access file all in any folder, right? So where is the file name? That thing is one problem. Second problem, if you are following the same structure which I had, index.js on the root folder, then you are using dot in line number 2, you are using double dot. Double dot means go outside of directory, check outside of directory. जो भी directory में भी हो, check outside of that directory. But it's not the case, right? From index.js, you have to go inside folder 1 and folder 2. So you have to use single dot there. First thing, single dot folder 1, single dot slash folder 1 slash folder 2 slash file name. So two things are missing in your code. So that's why it is saying folder modules is not, module is missing, module not found, because you are using double slash, double dot. Double dot means check outside of this folder और index is already in the root folder. तो मेरा अगर कोड फॉलो कर रहे हो तो index.js is already in the root folder. So you are writing code to check outside of this root folder, not inside. Dot double dot means check outside. Single dot means check inside. Okay. Okay, Eunice? Yeah. No, do it. Do it right now. Do it right now. Let me know like it works for you or not. It's like sample test. It's like sample test means, Joseph. Yeah, right. Like index.js file in the sample test, right? In a root folder. So अब इसके बाहर आप कहीं नहीं जा सकते हो, right? इसके बाहर you cannot go. You have to go inside, and that inside is folder 1, folder 2. अंदर जाने के लिए डॉट स्लैश है, बाहर जाने के लिए डबल डॉट है. So what file name you have taken? First tell me what file name you have taken. Are you following the same structure which I had? First tell me that. Are you following the same structure? Okay, so what file name you are using? App. Okay. Or app is in folder 1 only. So why you are going to folder 2 for app? App is in only app folder 1. No need to go for folder 2, right? So why are you going to folder 2? App is in folder 1 only. If you want to go for folder 2 file, you need to write server or session.js, these files. App is in folder 1. You do not need folder 2 in your query, in your code. Okay. So check that part and let us know in the chat. Okay. In meanwhile, guys, so let's open our older code, older repo, right? So let's keep this repo, and somebody was asking add folder to workspace. So you can see in the same workspace, I can add the backend cohort also. This folder will also there, and now you guys will see backend cohort 6 will be also be there. Yeah, you can see sample test is there, backend cohort is there. So you can see like both folders now has been opened. That is the meaning of add folder to workspace. Okay. Okay. Are we good with that? Still same. Uh, are you in, like, while you are running the node index.js, are you in the correct folder? When you are running node index.js, are you in the correct folder? Because this is very straightforward. You should be in the correct folder. And have you removed double dot from your double dot from there? Have you removed the double dot? No, he has. Yeah. He has not given the folder structure also. Yeah, just I told him like give it the folder structure and the code. So now see, Eunice, give me this now. You give me terminal in one screenshot. Take terminal, folder structure, and index.js file. All things. Give me open all those folders like this. Give me index.js file and also the terminal. Okay, just paste the screenshot here. It should have all three things. Okay, terminal as well, your index.js file and folder structure. You can add multiple then. You can add multiple. You can add multiple screenshot then. Okay. See, Eunice, it's not like I think somewhere something you are missing. Very somewhere spelling is missing or something like. See, in the first screenshot which you said, it was like your logical problem. Double dot should not be there, and file name should be there. That was logical problem. Sure. Yeah. So let's move into the project part. Okay. So let's first understand, guys, what we have done in our last class. Okay. So in last class, I have told you how can we initialize our project. So for that, I ran this command, right? Let's add readme also is me. And let me first create the new branch first because I don't want to touch the session one. So let's create a new branch first. So see, I want to go outside of this folder. You can see I'm going outside of this folder. Now I'm in the desktop. Now I'm going backend, cohort 6. Now I'm in the backend cohort folder. Okay. So let's see. I want to create a new branch, right? So yeah, git checkout minus B. We can say like revise, yeah, or revision. This could be a new branch. Yeah. Just 1 minute, guys. I'm just setting up the Git part. No need to worry about this. Yeah. Yeah. Now we are set with revision branch. So whatever code I will push, you guys can see it in the GitHub also with the revision branch. Okay. Okay. So let's see. So yeah, let me add the first readme.md here. So to see how I'm adding the new file. So simple readme.md. Right? So we have added the readme.md. So I remember the first command which we have ran, that was npm init, right? That was the first command which we have ran, which has started our project initialization, which has created the packet.json file, correct? .md is for file. When we are creating any text file, we use a .md extension there for file we'll creating. Yeah. And this .md like has some HTML data. Like you can add some like Git have provided this extension where you can add a lot of UI things as well in the same text file. Yeah. A .txt is also there, but Git has provided .md, readme.md, where you can add a lot of UI things also. They have provided some way to do that. Like if you put has, that will become URL. If you put asterisk, that will become heading. So that's what. Okay, so first thing was npm init. Then we did npm install, right? I think we have installed Express, and we have installed Sequelize, right? We have installed Border, we have installed MySQL 2, right? These all the packages we have installed. We can check also in the package.json. Yes, body parser, MySQL, Sequelize, and .env also. So let's add .env also in anywhere in the middle. Yeah. So yeah, these all packages we have installed it. Minus one as save just for keeping these keeping these packages in our package.json. That's why we are doing. So we can keep this there. Keep these packages in there. If you will not add minus one as save, they will be added in node modules, but they will not be added in package.json. So that's why we do minus one as save. Okay. So yeah, these are the packages we have installed. Then we talked about our environment, right? Then we talk about our environment, like what is the importance of environment. So guys, so the importance of environment is like, see, when we start our project, we start with our local machine, correct? In our local machine, everything is available in front of us, like cpu is available, and memory is available, right? Node.js you have installed, Node.js version you have provided, all the things is there, right? But the same ram, same os, same version will not be in the production when you will move this code to production, or in any other server, right? Their things will be changed. These things will be changed. But we need so but our application should run in any of the environment, even if it's my local machine, or if it is any other server. So for that we create environment files. Okay, for that we create environment files, like different environment files, like one for development, one for qa, one for production. And there we keep data based on our environment. If our development environment, we will keep all the data regarding the development, that these are data we are only going to use on the development. This is some data which we are only going to use in the qa. This is some data which we are going to only use in production. So for that we created .env file, right? And we are providing some data for our development environment. So how are we going to uh, integrate or add this file to our Node.js code? जो भी ये environment के variable हैं, हम इनको अपने Node.js की files में कैसे use करेंगे? How we will use these things? For that, .env help us. In the top of the file in the index.js, we just need to import require.env like this and .config. That's the line only you have to provide on the top of or at the first file, and whatever you are providing in .env will be added in process.env. process.env जो भी तुमने ऐड किया है, पोर्ट ऐड किया है, पोर्ट ऐड हो जाएगा, नेम ऐड किया है, नेम ऐड हो जाएगा. Whatever variable you are providing in .env, you can access it with the process.env dot that variable name. You just need to write this line at the top of file, and then after that in any files and inside any folder, even in the config folder or any folder, you can simply access it through process.env. Okay, that's why we use the .env. Okay, let's see. Meanwhile, Eunice has put it out, so let's see. What is this? This is you are showing me. This is not the whole console actually. Whole, not getting any error there. Okay, this one we have already seen, so let's answer this post. It seems like you are in desktop, you have sample and index.js. Okay, so you have taken the project name as a sample. Okay, that's good. And you have the same structure as me. It seems like you have also created the index.js file in the root folder. I think you can just simply now share the folder structure, and Yeah, but still I'm not able to. I think yeah, I'm able to see you are running the file at correct place. You are running it from the sample folder only. So I think yeah, the file is not the like terminal is fine. I think now the problem might be in the calling, the logical part, which I already told you. Not sure you have corrected it the correct way or not, or might be your folder structure. So let's see. Share the remaining two also, then we'll see. Okay, so now we have understood the environment part. Okay, after that, and how can we access it? We have accessed it process.env. I have already showed you the example, and I will request you guys also do some practice. Create one index.js file, simply keep some variables there and access them after installing after keeping the required .env file. Okay, after that, what we did we created one config folder. Okay, उस config folder में हम सारी configuration रखने वाले हैं, server की configuration, database की configuration, file system की configurations, or might be cloud configurations, any configurations which we are going to use in our system. We will keep it in one folder only, and that folder is going to be config. Okay, so now right now you can see in yesterday class, in the last class, we have taken two folders there, two configs there, server.config and db.config. Correct? Server.config and db.config. And in server.config, I showed you I kept one normal like default port, because see, for server configuration we only need server port, और उसके अलावा सब कुछ हमें हमेशा ही चाहिए. Server port is the only thing which could change in different environment. In our local host, we can use some other port. In QA, we can use some other ports, or in the production, we can use other ports. So that's why in the server configurations, we are using the we are just looking for the port right now there. Okay. So you can see I have provided one default port, जो कि है server port 4500. Then what I did, I checked for what is my environment, and you can see node environment coming in the similar way. How can we access these environment variables? With the help of process.env only. So process.env, you can see node env is there, right? Node underscore env. Node underscore env is there, right? Now we want to access this variable. How we will access? Process.env and .node env. Then I'm checking, is it equal to development or is it not equal to development? Let me check. Okay, node env value is development, and here we are checking what was the file. Yeah, here we are checking that we will go inside this if loop only जब ये node environment development नहीं हो. करेक्ट, दैट्स व्हाट वी आर चेकिंग. नहीं, प्रोडक्शन के लिए नहीं, हम ये चेक कर रहे हैं जब भी ये नोड एनवायरनमेंट डेवलपमेंट नहीं हो तब जाए. हो सकता है वो क्यूए हो सकता है वो प्रोडक्शन हो सकता है वो कोई और एनवायरनमेंट हो, राइट? सो वी आर सिंपली चेकिंग दैट only go inside that if loop when node underscore env variable is not equal to development, तब उसके अंदर जाओ. अब वो प्रोडक्शन भी हो सकता है, क्यूए भी हो सकता है, राइट? So that's what we did. And after going there, just require the .env.config. So जो भी environment में चीजें पड़ी हैं उनको वहां से उठा लो, डिफॉल्ट मत लो. Correct? And then we have set it out and then simply exporting it. And then in index.js, simply requiring. And you can see index.js and config is in the same folder, current directory. That's why we have used the dot slash, not dot slash, right? Because these two folders are in the same directory. Similar like folder 1 from index.js, the folder 1. If you want to go inside the folder 1 from index.js, same thing happening here. From index.js, we are going to config.js, configs folder, sorry. That's why we use the dot slash. Okay. और फिर हमने क्या किया, जो हमने एक सर्वर पोर्ट है, we have just put it into the app.listen. That's what we have already done many times, right, guys? That's what we have done it. Yes, port is 4500. If I run this thing, you will see that node index.js. Yes, you can see it's a 2500 right now. 1 minute, let me check the condition. Okay, okay, okay. Yes, we'll open both files. We'll open the server.config as well. You can see our condition is node environment is not equal to development. And let's check the environment spelling. So DEVELOPMENT. Yeah, spelling is correct. If process dot environment. Oh, okay, okay. Yes, guys. One more thing I missed. Okay, how node environment will come, because we haven't used this line, right? Oh, you guys understood why it is happening? Why didn't pick the development? Because this line has not run. Or if this line is not if this line has not run, these values will not be available in process.env. These values will not be available in process.env, right? So that's why it's not happening. We have to do, if you do this line outside here, then only we can check this thing. Now it should be 4500. Yeah, now because node environment is development, क्योंकि ये लाइन अभी तक हमने इंपोर्ट ही नहीं करी थी बाहर, तो वो चली ही नहीं लाइन. सो जब लाइन चली नहीं तो यहाँ से कुछ चीजें हमने उठाई ही नहीं, ये चीजें हमारे सिस्टम को मिली ही नहीं index.js को. दैट्स व्हाई we were not able to get any value here. Now you can see, now we have already in the required .env on the top file. We can see the 4500, right? Are we good with that, guys? Sir, every time I follow the steps correctly, the database is created in the designated DB server, but the models do not reflect there as a tables. What could be the reason for that? Might be you are not doing the user.sync thing. You remember user.sync? In one file I showed you user.sync or category.sync. That line we have to do. Only after that the model will be synced with our database. Okay, please repeat network issue. Okay, so what part you want to repeat? What part you want me to repeat, Joseph? Is it the why we are not able to see the node environment development? Okay, so see why we are not able to see the process.environment node environment, because earlier we were using this line inside here, और अभी तक जब हम लोग इस लूप के अंदर गए ही नहीं, if you are not going inside this loop, how can we access the node environment? Node underscore env will only come when we will be running this line, क्योंकि इस लाइन का काम ही है कि डॉट env पर जाओ और वहां से चीजें उठा करके प्रोसेस डॉट env में पिक डाल दो, right? That's the role which require dot env dot config is playing. But if we didn't run this, then how the things which are in the .env will come to process.env. So that's why this line was not able to read it, and it was going success, and we were able to get it. So that's why it was happening. Okay. Okay. So let's move further now. Now we will go for MySQL 2 part. Okay. Earlier we were using SQLize. I told you, right? In this class, we will use the connector directly, MySQL 2. And I have already opened the MySQL 2 npm folder. You can see this. This is the MySQL 2 folder. And you can see how we can create the connections here. MySQL.create connection. We just need to provide these three things: host, user, database. And then we can simply run the query. So we'll do the same thing. We already created a db.config. So let's check that. Our host is localhost, user is root, password, because I do not have any password, so I will not keep it. DB name, okay, Ecommerce DB, that's fine. Dialect is MySQL, okay. This is the pool thing. See, these all things you do not require, but only see, for connecting to database, you just need these three things. So let's start with this. Let's start with this, okay? And you guys remember, we always do the required stuff. We always do the data or database stuff in the model folder. So first we'll create the model folder, okay? So require.env.config is default command. Yes, it's like require.env.config you have to use if you want to bring things from the .env files. So how we created db.config? Can you repeat that, please? So we just created a db.config.js, or whatever variable we needed, whatever keys we needed to create any database, we will just keep it. We will just keep those keys. So we'll remove all these things, guys. No problem. We'll remove all these things. You can see how many things this package is saying to us. He's saying we need host, user, database, and password. It's not providing password. We'll keep that variable also. So password is blank for us, and like we will remove the password also. We'll just follow whatever the npm folder npm is suggesting us. So we need three things: host, user, and database. Okay. So we'll keep only three things here. We created one file db.config.js, and we are exporting three keys from there: host, user, db. अब हम इस config को कहीं भी use कर सकते हैं किसी भी file में, right? Now we can use this config anywhere. So now, and I told you in our earlier sessions that we will do all the database activities in model folder only. So we'll create the model folder. So Equalize does already for you automatically these things, but we have to do it manually here. So model.there, we'll create a db.js to where we are going to create the connections. Correct? We created the models folder, then we created. So dialect is Parag. When you're in dialect, we provide the value as which database we are using. MySQL, MS SQL, MariaDB is there, and Oracle is there, right? So we need to provide these things. Joseph, we will discuss about seeders. I think in our revision class. In our revision class, I am planning to discuss about associations and seeders and migration. These three things I am trying to think in our revision class. Okay, we'll just spend some time on that, and then we'll discuss about these things. So seeder is very advanced things where you in the seeders we also have some configurations which we need for migrating our databases. Those things we keep it in seeders. We will talk about that in details. First see today just ignore SQLize. Today we are just simply going to do MS SQL, MySQL, sorry, direct the connector part, raw queries. Okay. So you can see I have created a db.js. So let's see. First take the MySQL. Require same way MySQL 2. Correct? I will just cross check with yes, MySQL 2, and then MySQL dot create connection, like these three things. Here we have to write. Yes, here we have to write everything. Correct. It will not be automatically created for you. With the help of SQLize, these all steps will be automatically. But now we have to do it. Yes, no need to remember. Just know the flow. Just know the flow. Okay. So let's see. So now these three information has to come from config. So let's import the config first. So guys, you can see whatever we learned in earlier class. We want to go outside of model folder. Then from the config folder, we want to read the db.config.js. How we will do that? Require. Okay, anyone wants to write it? How we will do that? Likit has written it. Likit, the file name is correct, wrong in your case. And folder name is also wrong. Folder name is configs. Anyone wants to write it? I want to read db.config.js file from db.js, which is inside the model folder. Anyone wants to write what I will write in require? Let's see. Did you guys have understood what are things or not? Only Likhit has answered. Okay. Deepak has answered. Yunus, it's wrong, right? Now you're using single dot slash. Why? See, Yunus, you're confused. When we want to go outside a folder, we have to use double dot. And when we want to go into the same folder, then we use dot slash. I think you are making the same mistake in your code also. अभी क्या है? We want to go outside of model folder, right? हमारी फाइल है db.js, हमें बाहर जाना है, and then we want to go inside the config folder, right? So single dot will not be there. Yes, Bharat, yours is right. Deepak, yours is right. I didn't install dbconfig, but I did npm install dbconfig, but it's not showing in Who suggested you to do npm install dbconfig? I never told you, Dipanshu, to do these things. We have created db.config.js. We have created this file, db.config.js. We have created this file in last class. If you want the data, I can provide you. Let me push this thing. Git commit dbconfig. Let me find it out the repo for you guys. Backend cohort 6, yeah. And our branch is revision. Yeah, all the files will be there. You can directly go into the code and you can see that. Let me paste it into the chat. No, Dipanshu, you need to put the values. Now, whatever we are doing today, all the things we are manually doing it. Model folder is in config. No. Model folder is outside of config. It's on the root folder. It's inside the root folder. Root folder is backend cohort. So model folder is in the root folder, not inside the config folder, man. You can see here, model folder is outside of config folder and it's in the backend cohort. It's on the root folder. Okay. Okay. So now we have now we will go to the model db.js, and yes, you guys have already tell me corrected. So yes, config/dbconfig.js. Then we can, whatever the variable we need, let's check host. I think one variable was host and user and database db. Yeah. These three things only needed right here. But let's keep it here. Host. Now we'll assign these variable directly here. Now these values are coming from db.config, user and db. Okay, everyone done this? Let me post this also. Very simple. We just imported that file and जो भी variables आ रहे थे हमने उनको require किया and then we put it here simply. Earlier it was all static data. Now all these things are coming from config folder. Let me post this also. Yeah, db config changes. Yeah, I posted it. You guys can look it from there. So require MySQL 2 from where it get imported. We have installed earlier. We have installed MySQL 2. We remember in the packet.json, we have installed MySQL 2. From here it is coming. Similar like Express. Can you show the db config? Sure, Deepak. We are just exporting one object from there. And in that object, three keys are there: host, user, db. And host is localhost, user is root, db is ecommerce_db. Okay, so let's move further. Yeah, now we have connection. Now we have created. Now with this line, we have created the database connection. Now we can run our query. So like connection dot query, right? We can see the same structure here. Connection dot query. We can provide our query here, and then there is one callback to get result. Okay. So so before that, let's create this database ecomdb directly in the phpMyAdmin. Okay. Or might be we can use the existing database which we already has, right? Social media. Yes, we have the entries here also. Yeah, that we can use this database. We have already created in the last class, right? We can simply keep this database here. Social media. You guys have in your database any of the already created database? You can use that one only. No need to create a new one. Yes. So you can use that one only. No need to create the new one. By the way, we are already going to show tomorrow sequelize thing. We will create some models tomorrow. So guys, I think tomorrow class is at 8 morning 8 to 11. I will request everyone to join that class. Okay, because we are going to today we are going with MySQL 2, but tomorrow we'll do continuously from the sequelize only. We'll start with sequelize. We'll create one database, and I'm also planning to do create a category APIs for us. Okay, so we'll do the category APIs there. Hariharan, not 10 to 1, sir. Actually, I have some work to do in afternoon. So that's why I've kept it at morning 8 to 11. And I'm requesting everyone to please join it. Because I have to do some things tomorrow in afternoon. So that's why actually I requested you. Sure, sure. Yeah, and please join everyone. So yeah, so tomorrow we'll see the sequelize thing. We'll create a new database there. Then we will create the one model, category model. We'll all, after creating the model, we will create the APIs. We already done this. Today we are just doing everything manual, and I just want to show you how the raw queries works and all those things. So that's why I just you can use your existing database. So I'm using the social media here. Okay. So now I can simply write the select query here. I can select the data from user table, right? So let's write. How can we write select asterisk from user, right? That's how we'll write. Let me check. Yes, yeah, that's how we'll write. Let me check the table name is user or not. Yes, table name is capital user. Let me put the capital user, okay? Capital users. Let's see. Let's run it. Function error comma result. Let's see. Is it giving me result or not? Console dot log result. Okay. Let's check. We'll simply run this file only because yeah, we'll simply run this file. So we'll go into the model folder, right? And then we'll run node db.js. Let's see. Yes, guys, you can see the data which we are getting here. All the 3 rows which are coming here. And this is what internally Sequelize is doing it. So right now we have to do this thing, right? If you guys remember in Sequelize, we write simply model name user dot find all. You guys remember? In last class we done when we were talking about the Sequelize, we just need to do users dot find all. Users will be our model or dot find all. It will automatically done the same thing. It is happening here. It will convert that line into this query, select the stick from users, and then give back the result. Okay. So that's how this is. That's why a lot of things got easy with the Sequelize. We do not need to write those raw queries. Let me show you the insert, how the insert will happen here. That will be very complicated. What we need to put the host name. Host name will be localhost. If you're using Jamp, I'm using Jamp right now. My host name is localhost. See, host is localhost, user is root. There is no password for Jamp, and database is social media. Okay, okay? Okay. So let's see about the other queries. Like if you want to insert something, let's see if they have any queries for that also. Okay, everywhere it is that only query. Uh, what about the examples? Yeah. Mm, I'm just looking for the examples. Like we can do the insertion also. Let's see if we have insertion here. Query is there. and query, only query they are showing us. Okay, again query. Oh, okay. Actually, yes, in the slide they are doing. Oh, I remember in the slide they were doing the insertion. We see from there. Yeah, in the slide I remember they were doing the insertion. Yes, this is the insertion. You see, insertion into this, and then they are writing values. Yeah, we'll do that. Let me show you how complicated it is to write the insertion query. Okay. So guys, now the next thing which we are going to do, we are going to do the insertion. Directly, can you share db.js file again? We try that query on our system. Okay, sure. Let me push the changes. Wait. Yeah, I have pushed it, and I am also, yeah, I pushed it, so you guys can take it from there, right? Or do I need to paste it? In pasting, I think some problem happened, right? But you can directly go here, see how to take things from here. You can go there here, open the models, open the db.js, and click on the raw. And click on the raw. You can see you will whatever spaces are there, they will copy in same way only. Okay, you have to open the file, same structure, and then click on the raw. Okay, so you guys want to try it, then we will see the insertion query also. Okay, so meanwhile, let me write the insertion query also. So this is the select. Let's create the one more connection dot query. Connection dot query, and this time we're going to write insert query. Okay. Let me write it outside, and then as a string, I can just paste it here. Okay, so let's write const insert query. Right? Let's start. Insert into our table name is users, and let me see the columns. So the ID, name, role, email. Let me see. These ID could automatically are creating, or I need to pass it. I think these will automatically create it. Yeah, this is auto incremented. This is also. So we just need to provide name, role, email, age. So there are only 4 columns we need to write it. So insert into users, and then column name, like name, age, role, and email. Correct? These column name we need to provide. Right? Insert into user name, age, role, values, and then we need to write values, and then we need to do question mark, question mark. This question mark, question mark, question mark, then question. How many columns are there? That many question mark. Because at the runtime, MySQL will change this question mark with the values. Change this question mark with the value. How to get that table? Uh, how to get the table? Okay. You can go into the PHPMyAdmin and check for your database which you created last time. You have created tables there. Click it. Nishant, result undefined is coming for. I think no value is there. Yeah. So we will do the insertion. Then we'll do that. Yeah. We'll do the insertion. Then there will be some data. Then we can see that. So you have created a table, right? So check that. So that table name you can take. Click it. Servant out. How the result argument in the function display the result? How how the result argument in the function is. So see that callback accept 2 things. This callback accept 2 variables. One is for errors. Second one is for the result which is coming from this query. So we can take this any variable name here, data, anything. But you need to remember the first variable in the function or first argument in the function will represent the error, and second argument in the function will represent the data. That's what you need to remember. Okay. Yes, but how to access that? You can go to localhost PHP admin, right? Like this. You can simply click here. And if you're talking in the code, you can see simply you need to provide the table name here. Select asterisk from users. Understood, Likit? Two ways. You can, if you want to see that table, you can simply go to the PHP admin. If you want to access it into code, you just need to provide in your query that name of table. Okay. Okay. So now we'll do the insertion part. Let's see from the here, if we are missing anything, insert into products, column name, and then values, and then those question mark. Yeah. Now you see in the value dot push, now they are creating one array. Okay. Let's create one array also where we are going to keep the data. So const, like this could be user insert query. This could be user insert query. Then the another variable could be user insert data. Correct? So data us query के लिए जाना है, and that data should be array, and that data should be follow the same structure. Like name first should be, so first should be I think we can keep any name Ankit, yeah. Age we can keep 24. Role we can keep developer, and email we can keep ankita@gmail.com. Right. So guys, in what ways you have written the queries column, in similar way you need to insert the data, and that data has to be inserted in one array. And now you just need to pass these two things here. First user insert query, then user insert data, and then our callback, the same callback which this query returns, where first argument will be error, second argument will be data or result, where we can access the result. Okay guys, so let's see console.log data. Let's see what happens. Oh no, not this command. Let's again go to the model folder. Right, let me increase the size and let's see it's working or not, or I have done any syntax error. Okay, let's check in the database. Have we created this new column or not? I think it didn't create it. It has this because yeah, I think we got some problem, guys. Let me check the queries or everything. Let me print the error also. Might be there is some error which we are not printing. If error console.log error. Yeah. Let's comment out this query, the first query. Let's see. So yes, there is one error. Field created it does not have default value. Okay, so I think we have to provide the created and updated column also, because those column does not have default value. So let's write them also. Created at and updated at. Right, these two columns we are talking about. These two columns created and updated at. These two columns does not have any default values, so that's why we need to add them. So I will just take the same structure for their data. So created at and let's see this time it works or not. I'm assuming like these column might be not a string. They will say that this is not correct value. Let's see. Yes. So column count does not match value count at row 1. Okay. So we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 column are there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 values are only there. Wrong value count and row. Column count does not match value. Okay, so They're not taking this value, it seems like. Oh, okay, okay. We haven't provided the question mark here. Oh, sorry. Guys, we need to add the question mark here also, right? Yeah. Let's see this time. Yes, it worked. I will show you. Yeah, you can see Ankit, developer, ankit@gmail.com, age, and the values we have provided. So see guys, that's how the insertion query, you can see how much difficult it is to write the insertion queries. But there we were just simply doing the user.create. You do not need to write all these columns name and these question mark, and then we need to provide the same similar way the data part. Okay, right guys? So that's what the difficulty is here. So we have to take only that much question mark, that much we want, those many columns we want. You can see we are taking 6 columns, so 6 columns are here. 6 question mark will be there. So when I started, actually, I started with these only. I was not. I told you right. I have I haven't used any ORM in the RDBMS. So you guys can feel how much code I was writing when I was doing all these things. These all things now very easily, these all columns has been easily handled with the help of models and everything. You do not need to write all these things. Instead of time stamp value, we can use now also. Yes, we can use date dot now also. That's right. Date dot now also. Let's see, Likit has some doubt, so let's see some doubt of this. Please help me with this doubt. So इसमें doubt क्या है तुम्हारा? First question is you are showing me user table, and yeah, that's the user table of yours. Let's see the another one. Okay, and here you are doing select asterisk from users. Okay, so you tell me, Likit, what is the problem? Your database name is a problem. Your database name is database underscore develop, and you are providing database name as a DB, right? That's the problem. Got it, Likit? Your database name is a problem. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. So yeah. So you guys have done till now what we have done. So somebody was saying not able to start Jam. What happened, Deepak? Sure. Let me also first like post this code. Or insertion, right? Insertion was that. Insertion. Now you can see all these changes here. Just refresh your browser. You can see whatever we did, it's all here. But yeah, meanwhile, let me repeat it. So guys, connection.query is still same, but right now we are using for insertion data, right? So now for insertion, at one place we are providing the query, and second argument, the data which we are going to provide for insertion, because in insertion we want to insert some data. So the syntax for that is we need to write a query in this way, our insertion query, right? And then we need to pass this data in another array. So MySQL will internally replace this question mark with your data, and then it will run the query. And then you can see the similar thing here. This is the same which we did here in the callback for this query. So error and data. In error we are getting error. I have already showed you the error, how we are getting the errors as well, and data when everything is looking good. Okay, let me see if you guys have any doubts. So Deepak is saying, not able to see the local host database. I am in Ubuntu, so not able to run Jam. Oh, I see. So which did are you using any MySQL server? Like what is that? So what was the mistake in Likhit code? So in Likhit code, he was not using the correct database name. His database name was database underscore developer, but he was using in his file he was using DB database name as. I have changed DB name in db.config, but getting the same error. You have changed the database name in db.config, but it's still getting same error. Uh, it should not happen because see once you will your result is still undefined, right? That's what you're saying. Hey, check the user table name. Is it in the small letters or you are keeping it like first letter as capital? Check that also. How to add password in db config and db.js file because I have password. You can simply keep the keys. See, here you can have the password key. Password, then you can add the password here and then in db.js you can just fetch that password like this, and then here you can write in small PASSWRD, and you can keep this password here like this. Let me check if I'm not providing anything in the password, what will happen? Like if I'm providing null, let's see what happens. Is it connecting to my database or not? Let me check. Yes, it is connecting. Yes, that's how you have to provide the password. You have to first provide the password here in db.config. Then in db.js, you just need to require that variable and then put it here. Let me commit this change also so you can see it in GitHub directly. Password. Yeah, it's available in GitHub now. Okay. Got it. Okay. Yes. All small letters. Got it. Okay. Now I'm getting result as empty array. How is it taking the DB? Is it taking from our local machine? Yes, because you are running Jamp in your local machine. Definitely, there is no other source to take the database. So, Sarath, I think, are you using the same database? So, like, are you using the correct database name and everything? Vishnu has doubt. Okay, let's see his doubt. So, not able to add user ID and data in database development. Okay, what he is trying to do? Let's see. He is trying to create a not able to add users. So he has a database development database. He's trying to create a column, I think. So yes, so put the table name there. Before that, put any table name there, and then create 4 columns there. No need to provide the ID column if you are creating through this. Let me show you. Let me show you this thing also. If somebody wants to create a table, new table, let me show you guys. Okay. Now I am in the localhost, and let's see. I have one database test. It does not have any table. So let's keep the table name here. Users, and let's have 4 columns. Click on the create. You can provide the name here. So like name, or if you want to provide the ID, like ID could be here. It could be increaser and uh, you can provide attributes as no, no, coalition. Okay, let's see for auto increment. I'm searching for auto increment. Let me check other table where we can provide the auto increment thing. 1 minute, guys. Huh? Let me check the social media user table structure. We can get it from there. So yeah, it was in the extra. Okay, in the extra we need to provide the. Where is the extra? Is there any extra column? Oh, it's weird. 1 minute, huh? Let's change it. Let's see where is extra column here. Hey, they do not have any extra column. Oh yeah, this was auto increment. AI is there. Sorry, sorry. Yeah, I missed it. Okay. Let's go into the test. Let's create a new table again. Users. Yeah, provide the ID. Integer size you can give like 10. Yeah, not null. AI. Yeah, AI is auto increment. Yes, auto increment true. Yes is the primary key, correct. Then the next column could be name. We can select the type, varchar. We can give some size, 255, right? Then we can keep age. We can keep 10. And we can keep what was the next? A role. Yeah, role was there. We can keep varchar. We can keep size as 255, right? Let's add one more column here, which is what was the next column which we had? ID, name, age, role, and let me see in the here. Name, age, role, email. Email was there, so email, varchar, 255, right? And then we can have two more columns like created at, it could be date time. Is that there is date time is also there, yes. You can take the date time. Add one more column, they were updated at, right? It could also be date time. Yeah. After doing that, at the end, save it. You can see now you have one table with all these columns. That's how we create it. Okay. So, Sarad, is it solved for you? Getting result as an empty array? So you share the screenshot. I will look into that quickly and share like as much as information you can share there. As like you can share the similar thing. I think you can share your database screenshot and you can share your code screenshot. I think then we can easily understand. As I understood the Likit problem, right? So yeah, guys, it's like in this slide, everything is happening here with the raw queries. You can see the select queries, how we have written a lot of things here. Internal query we are using here, correct? So I think yeah, that's all for today, guys. I showed you how can we write our raw queries. In tomorrow morning class, we will do everything with the Sequelize. And I'm also planning to create some APIs there, like get categories, or get categories ID. Like because see, in categories, we will create a model name where I think category name only two column will be there: category ID, category name, or category description. Like three column could be there, where will be category name, category description, and category ID. So one model which we will create, which will have three columns, right? And then we will insert some data on that in that model, and after inserting, we will create some more like insertion will happen with the post API. Then we will create two get queries. One where we can get all the categories, and second we can create where we will get category based on any ID. Correct? So that's what we will try tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow completely sequelize. Yes. And guys, before joining tomorrow class, please resolve all the database errors and everything. Jam should be running. Jam or whatever MySQL server you guys are using, it should be running. In today's class, you just need to like think how can we write the queries and how the raw queries are working. You do not need to remember these things. And every time you can come directly to my repo, that GitHub repo, and you can see there, right? Would I change anything here? Why this is showing me unmodified? Oh yeah, this file didn't get added. Weird. 1 minute. Let me add this file also. 1 minute, guys. Yeah. Yeah. Now everything is in my repo. Tomorrow completely, yes. I'm not getting how to use workbench, so I have shifted to PHP admin. Yeah, I think PHP admin is easy. Sarah is saying working fine now. Oh, great. So I hope you guys have understood today. We have started with some basic things because a lot of us, lot of people were facing that problem because they were like seeing some of the problem with current directories and all those things. So and I think I'm not sure like Chandu has joined today's class or not. It looks like he didn't join, and he was only facing these many problems. He was just connecting to me and pinging me all like in some minutes. He was just pinging me this query, sir. I am facing this problem. I'm facing this problem. That's why I thought to share today, starting like in the starting session. I was just trying to show you. Hey, Yunus, you were facing problem. Now we can look into your. Are you still in seeing that module not found error, or is it got resolved? Yeah, from tomorrow everything is sequelized. Yes. We will do the similar thing. SQLite, we'll use SQLite CLI. We will first create a database, new database. First, we'll do SQLite init. It will create model folder. It will create config folder. It will create migration and seeders folder, right? We will talk later about the migration and seeders. First, we will look into the model and config folder. Okay, these two folders we will look into, and then we will create first model of us. That will be category model. And in that category model, as I am saying, I am planning to take 3 columns. But yeah, SQLite automatically create 3 columns for you. ID, created at, updated at. So it means we will only create 2 columns, name and description. And I will check in the slides also, is there any other column they want? And according to that. Then once we create the model, then we will create CRUD APIs. So first CRUD API will be post, where we will insert the category data from our postman. Then we will create, once the data is inserted, then we will create our get APIs. Get APIs will be 2 get APIs. One where we can list all the categories, then based on a specific ID, 2 things. And the third, we can update category, we can delete this CRUD APIs. So that will be tomorrow class. I am requesting to everyone who is right now in this class, please join it tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock. Okay. I am also going to sleep with you only after 11. So I'm also going to wake up early. So I'm just requesting to everyone, you also, to wake up early tomorrow. Okay. And then I think once you will do tomorrow class, I think then you will have whole day to practice it. Whole day to practice it. You can create multiple things. You can create multiple models. You will face some problems with models, right? So then you will have whole day to practice, because see, we are doing everything in night. Now next day we will do in like afternoon or everything, but when we will learn in morning, we will just simply do it in whole day. Yes, Sunil, I know I am also fully tired now. I'm just also going to sleep after this call, and then again we'll wake up at 7 o'clock. Yes, Sarad, it's at morning at 8. I'm not sure Anshul has shared with you or not, but because actually I have something in afternoon, that's why I planned it early. Thanks, Sunil. And I'm requesting to everyone, please be available. And Yunus, if you are facing still problem, let me know in the chat. I can wait for some time. So that reliable doc will be updated now. Reliable doc, you mean the content? Or this content which you are talking about today's? Yes, yes. I think they are I think they are going to remove this particular slide. It seems to me they're going to remove this product page, because it seems like this particular slides belong to some other content where they are using raw SQL queries, not SQLize. Deepak, sir, it looks very hard. No, Deepak, actually. See, yes, actually, see, when I started this app development or web development, I also felt like a lot of things are there which I need to remember, right? I have to remember like front end part also. See, till now you haven't worked on any of the way on the front end side, right? So when I started working, I need to remember some of the things in front end, then on the back end, then on the database side. After that, some things on the cloud where we are deploying all these things. So I also feel like exhausted because a lot of things to know, right? But yeah, slowly, when I started spending time in the with these coding and everything, I just divided everything to like, okay, if we are working in our server, okay, these are the things which are very required for server. Okay, now I decided all, okay, all these are the things required. Now the next thing is how I'm going to use these things. What are the configuration they needed? That's all you need. After that, you can simply go to npm packages. You can just copy the syntax from there, but you have to know how to use that syntax. So that's why first decide what are the things you needed, then how to use them. Just simply two things you need to remember about everything: front end, back end, database, everywhere, everything. You just need to remember what to use and how to use. That's how. We need to learn these raw queries or just for understanding? Yes, we just need to. We just need to. Okay, actually, Joseph, it's good if you will remember these queries, because I told you, right, in like interview, when they will ask you write one insert query or write one select query, like fetch the data from table, they will not provide you ORM, right? They will simply provide you paper and they will say write the query now with a pen. So that's what, in that case, the raw queries will help you, because only with the raw queries you can write the query there. Okay. So I think, yeah, that's all, guys, from today. I think Eunice has already solved the problem. So yeah, we can wrap the session today, and hoping that everyone will join to tomorrow morning. Okay. Then we will see the sequelize and category part. Thanks, Joseph. Yeah. Okay, guys. Bye bye. Good night. We'll connect tomorrow morning.